So hello everyone, this is the Sports Show podcast and today we're joined with Damien McGuigan. How are you, mate?
It's Hannah, you all good?
Okay mate, all good. We're just going to get straight into it here. What got you started into MMA?
So I started kickboxing when I was about 3 and then we started competing a lot in kickboxing. Did kickboxing for about 14 years. It started off with small competitions, then next thing we were competing at European level, world level. And then after kickboxing sort of died down, got my black belt, then I moved into boxing. But I've always loved MMA from when I was a kid. I used to look up to Chuck Liddell. He was my favourite fighter. He was the man when I was growing up, so it was my favourite sport. And then after boxing, did boxing for 8 years, then I started moving into MMA and haven't looked back since.
Yeah, and what age would you have your first fight?
MMA or kickboxing?
Go kickboxing.
Kickboxing, 5.
5?
So my first fight of kickboxing was about 5. My first world championships of kickboxing was at 9. And then I think I got my black belt at 14.
Right.
So my first MMA fight would have been, I was about 15 I think, in Cage Conflict 2.
Yeah. Oh, can you remember much about your first kickboxing fight, your first actual fight?
First kickboxing fight, I can remember it as 6 fighting a 12-year-old.
Jesus.
And I was getting stuck in it. I didn't win my first fight, but
sure.
I got stuck into it. I'm still happy with it.
Yep, that's the way it goes. Anyway, so another wee bit on, you've won your Cage Conflict Junior belt in the Devonish in front of probably your friends and family. How did that feel?
The best moment of my life. It was absolutely unbelievable. That atmosphere of just winning that belt. Like, I've always looked up to that belt. It's like, this is the first belt that I can win. And I won that belt, especially the guy I was fighting. This guy beat me twice in MMA, so in my head I was like, I can't lose this fight. I have to win this fight. So I went out, won the belt. The atmosphere was unbelievable and such a good moment.
Right. And then you had your first amateur fight and a loss, wasn't it?
Yep.
What did you take from that loss to get you back on track then?
I took from that loss, wasn't a nice loss. I went in there, I was so confident that I was going to win. The fight was going well until it wasn't. I went out the back, I went home, had a wee cry, had a few drinks, and then the very next day, back up the sparring, me and Pat drilled the exact position where I got caught in for about 45 minutes, and then sparring straight after. So you learn from the mistakes, and after I lost, I'm glad I lost that fight, 'cause it just made me realise that this is it. Like, I'm amateur now, there's no more messing about. I have to be 100%, I have to go at it.
Definitely. And then now you have a very big fight coming up on this Saturday, Cage Conflict. What are you expecting from the fight?
I'm just expecting from the start he's just going to shoot, do you know what I mean? He wants nothing on the feet, he's just unbelievable grappler, don't get me wrong, he's purple belt I think, but he's just going to shoot from the start. I was meant to fight a guy from Phantom, he was a striker and then he pulled out 2 weeks ago, so thankfully Ken McCartan stepped up to take the fight, so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and what are you thinking? What's your prediction for the fight?
My prediction? I feel like he's going to expose his neck, or he's going to get a shin to the chin.
Right.
And I feel like a finish is coming. I'm confident that I'm going to finish him, put him away.
Yep. And after this, is there any upcoming shows or any different
upcoming
things?
Shows? Whatever shows come up, maybe some shows in England, there's Fit the Fight what's coming up, so it would be nice to get on that. I think there's another Cage Conflict in a few months' time after us, not sure, but any show, I want at least 10 fights this year, so
yeah, that's what
I compete whenever.
Michael Shields said that as well. I think he's looking for the Fit to Fight as well at the end of this month, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's on 7th of May.
Yeah.
We just want to compete as much as we can, compete in grappling tournaments, maybe take a semi-pro boxing fight, just get that experience of competing.
Yep. And anyway, that's us sort of coming to the end of it, but what do you do for your recovery? How do you stay focused?
Recovery, I'll do a lot of sauna, but my main priority of recovery would be Darmy. He's an absolute legend. He literally looks after my body. Without him, my body would be in pain and agony. He does it MMA himself, so he kind of understands that from wrestling, like all the pains where you're sore, so he can kind of help you out.
Yep.
And he's an absolute legend.
Sweet. And anyway, the last thing, Cage Warriors is coming up in the 29th of April. What are you expecting from that? I know there's obviously Reece McKee fighting Paddy McCrory, a few others as well from the gym. What are you expecting?
It's going to be a banger. It's going to be an unbelievable card. Reece McKee defending his belt. Paddy McCrory coming up. It's going to be a big fight.
Definitely.
I cannot wait for this.
What's your predictions? All finishes? Michael Shields said all finishes. What are you saying?
Reece's fight, I think Reece is a dog. Reece is going to put him away, and Paddy has power. He's
definitely
the best striker in this gym, so if someone's going to put something away, it's going to be Paddy. He's going to put this guy away.
Ryan Curtis' fight as well was announced. He was up today as well training. What do you think from him? What's he been like?
Ryan Curtis, he's fucking screwed them calf kicks, do you know what I mean? I feel like a TKO finish from him, because you just boot the calf of your man and just finish him slowly and surely. Ryan Curtis has good pressure. He has that good pressure where he's always on you with that pressure.
Yeah.
So he's unbelievable.
Brilliant. Damien, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
Oh yeah!
That was so unexpected.